Welcome. This is not a tutorial. I made an album and I made the album cover, and I'm going to show you kind of how I made it. Again, not a tutorial. I will not be starting from the beginning. You may be wondering why I'm wearing sunglasses. I'm wondering that as well. I'm showing you a picture of a quarter. That's because that's the album cover. I also have this as an animation for the background of the songs individually, but also this is a video where they're all stitched together as one full album that I put on YouTube. The album cover is pretty much a square cropped version of just this frame, without the track list, of course. The quarter was not made by me. The quarter is something I got. This is the link that I will put in the description. That's really silly of me to show it on the video, but this is the site that I got it from. This is the page. Here it is. Beautiful quarter. It's honestly the best coin that I have found since as well. It's made by Lawrence Pompey. Thank you, Lawrence. I couldn't have done it without you. I actually couldn't have. It sounds like I'm being sarcastic. I'm not. Thank you for the quarter. Thank you for making it free. A lot of it is just the texture and kind of a normal map that I made out of it, but this is the scene. Pretty basic, pretty small. When I had an image for the album cover in my brain, I knew that I wanted to have a very extreme depth of field, which is what I did as much as I possibly could in Blender. Bless you. And I think it turned out nicely. Bless you again. Good God. The background is out of focus. The background is blurry. If you don't know what depth of field means, it just means the background's blurry. I just have the background, a bunch of basic shapes, just some boxes, almost looking like buildings. I was trying to make it almost like furniture, but I wanted it to be ambiguous because I didn't have any artistic subtext for what the furniture of the background of the image should be, so I just made shapes. And then I got these two icospheres and a cylinder and a smaller cylinder, probably because I grew up watching Bob Ross and Everything Needs a Friend. If you'll notice, these spheres are on a surface. That makes sense. These cylinders here, they're just in the air. They're just floating. They're in the image. It looks like they are resting on top of this. Let's see if I can. Yeah, they look like they're resting on top of this object here. They're just there to fill space, to add detail. I have two things moving on the animation. I just have the coin flipping in the air, and I have the camera moving. Not too much and not too fast. I wanted it to be kind of relaxing and slow, like slow motion, but also mainly to just kind of lull you in, you know? Very gradual, smooth movements. Because a lot of the songs are very dreamy, and the songs that aren't dreamy are kind of weird. So I wanted it to be a little bit trippy with the coin floating in midair in this ambiguous cotton candy room. Speaking of cotton candy room, by that I mean the colors. Blue and pink. Cotton candy. Originally it was going to be green and purple, but then I tried that, and it made me sick to my stomach to look at. So I changed it. Now what? You made it this far, Remington. Now what are you going to talk about? The lights. The lights. Okay. I will turn all the lights off. Okay, so now I've turned all the lights off. And it's very dark. I'd like to not select anything. It's very dark, but it's not completely pitch black because I have, down here in the World tab, I have the ambient color set to something rather than nothing. Every object has a little bit of that background color in it. And I think that's good. I don't know. I think I watched a video about lighting, and he said to do it, and I stole it. So, first light is a blue light in the background. To complement, I have another light on the other side that's pink. So now I have the background laced in a gradient from blue to pink, from right to left, and the spheres get highlighted on both sides very nicely. Not that it matters, because they're blurry. So the next light that I have, I'm going to actually do this one first, is from the right. Is this making sense? Yeah, okay. So the light exists here. And it's casting a pinkness onto the coin from that angle, which is the opposite direction of the pink light in the background. This adds contrast from the foreground to the background, complemented by this spotlight point light, which, as you can see, it's different from the others because it has this cone that I don't know how to describe it other than it has a cone. Anything outside the cone does not get light, so it frames whatever it's being pointed at very nicely. See how this part is in shadows where this part is in light. The nice part about that is as the coin flips, the face of the coin flicks in and out of that spotlight, and it's harder to see on this because in post I added some color correction additionally to make the colors pop, and it's honestly shocking if you see the comparison, just how muddy this looks compared to how pretty this looks. Like the blues are almost completely lost in the original render, so I used color correction after the fact to bring those back, and that's pretty much it. Thank you for stopping by. The album is this. It's COINFLIP Fever Dream. I'll probably just put it